Good evening, dear participants. Raghu sir, am I audible?
Sir, you are audible, sir. KK, sir, you are audible.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Hello, am I audible and clear?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir. Clear.
Perfect, thank you. Thank you very much.
Sir, we'll start in 10 minutes by 6:30.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good evening, dear participants. We shall start within 3 minutes. Raghu sir, am I audible?
Sir, you're audible as well as visible too.
Yeah, thank you so much. Good evening, dear participants, dear esteemed guests, scholars, and participants. On behalf of the Department of English, SR University Warangal, it is our immense pleasure that we extend a heartfelt welcome to each and every one of you to this International Faculty Development Program on Interdisciplinary Concepts. The idea was to bring people and experts or scholars from various platforms to, to form a kind of interdisciplinary collaboration. And this FDP should not stop here only. I think this is a bedrock for our future collaboration, or even if it ignites a simple collaboration in the form of research paper or any projects, I think this would be very useful and uh, fruitful FDP. On top of that, we have come to the last day of the FDP. I think today you will be having exam as well as the speaker's talk. So the program, I from the Department of English, I welcome the guest also. He's fortunately our senior at the Department of English and Foreign Language University. Over the course of this program, we have witnessed very nice personalities, total 6 so far. Today is the 7th day. And moreover, beyond these structured sessions, we encourage informal interactions also in future and networking opportunities. And we are open for any sort of collaboration, Department of English, SR University. We extend our deepest gratitude to our participants because I observed they were consistent throughout the 7 days, and they were more than 250 all the time. So we are thankful to you also. Today's speaker is from IIT. So I would like to read his bio note. Dr. Rajkumar Guduru has obtained MA English TESOL and MPhil English ELT and PhD English ELT from the English and Foreign Languages University Hyderabad. Formerly it was called CIEFL. His teaching interests are English language skills, LSRW, vocabulary, pronunciation, communication, and soft skills to rural learners. His research interests are developing strategies for teaching and learning vocabulary in the ESL context, academic writing skills, metacognitive reading strategies. He has worked in different places. He has worked at guest faculty in the Center for English Language Studies, CELS, University of Hyderabad, assistant professor of English at the Department of Humanities and Social Science here in NIT Warangal, and assistant professor of English at College of Science and Arts, King Khalid University, Saudi Arabia. So, and he has published research articles in national and international journals. He has received Teaching Excellence Award consecutively for the fifth time. This is an extremely important achievement since he had joined IIT Bhubaneswar. Currently, he is working as assistant professor of English at the School of Humanities and Social Sciences and Management, Indian Institute of Technology, Bhubaneswar. He is also visiting faculty at IIM Rohtak. So we welcome, sir. We are very happy and honored that you have accepted our invitation, and our participants are desperately waiting for your insights and talk. So we welcome. I would like to request our guest, sir, to take over and to deliver a talk. Thank you so much. Sir, you are not audible.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Kodale, for a generous introduction. It's really nice to know that we were together there at EFL University. I vaguely
Yes.
remember you, but thanks for remembering me and kind of saying it out. And it's really nice to meet you here.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And hello everyone, and good evening, and welcome to today's session. And I congratulate and appreciate the efforts taken by the Department of English, SR University, for conducting or organizing this particular FDP. And it's a wonderful thing, and it's a need of the hour for all the language teachers, or rather all the teachers, to be part of these FDPs for improving and honing one's own teaching learning skills. For that, we believe that always we are teacher learners. I personally believe that. Therefore, learning is a continuous thing, and it's a continuous process. It's lifelong learning that we believe in. And as language teachers, we need to put in all the efforts to kind of to see the new developments, new aspects, new trends that are available, and to update ourselves as teachers, and to make and own them in our personal, academic, as well as professional careers. So, and as Dr. Kodale mentioned, that today we've formally come to the end of the program, right? I mean, the FDP program. But I'm sure that you've been enjoying all the talks and all the presentations by various speakers. And the most important thing is that's not formally coming. Although we formally come to an end, the important thing is that what that little aspect that we take away home, and own it, and then kind of use it in our personal, academic, as well as professional improvement and on success. That is what matters. It's not about attending FDPs, but what is that? And I'm sure that you'll be able to reflect on this, and then probably that little thing. See, we grow little by little. Okay, we don't grow overnight as big personalities, but if we can reflect on all these days, and own some of the important aspects, and make use of them for developing your own personalities at various stages. And I'm sure that that's the purpose of this particular FDP is served. And I thank the organizing committee for giving me this opportunity to kind of, I'm not here as an expert, but as a learner teacher, as I said, and I'll be happy to associate with each and every one of you on professional and kind of academic associations. So you can feel free to send me feedback after the session, and feel free to contact me for any academic help or kind of collaborations. I'm always open to that. And let me share the screen and start the presentation. I'm suppose I'm audible and clear.
Sir, you're audible. It's clear.
Perfect. Yeah. Right. All right, implications of life skills education. Now, we should understand the terminology here, the life skills and education, right? Education and life skills, both are very much interrelated and very much interconnected, right? Although we formally gain the knowledge, okay, through formal procedures in a particular institution, but education happens all over, okay, from our childhood and through the childhood to adulthood, and then it's a lifelong process. Learning is a lifelong process. Okay, in the process of that, we learn certain skills, and we can name it as skills or life skills. All right, but it happens not just in a formal setting alone, but it happens every time when we are open to learning. Okay, sometimes we learn through our experiences, and through sometimes by others' experiences, and sometimes we gain these skills by reading, all right, and sometimes by kind of participating, collaborating. There are many ways of learning these skills. Therefore, whatever it is, and when you are good at life skills, and that should help you in formally gaining the knowledge, right, in formal settings, and in the formal settings also, when we seek knowledge in a formal setting, in the classroom, for example, with that enhanced knowledge and in classroom knowledge, okay, and we also there's a possibility of improving our life skills, therefore, or having more knowledge about the skills. So that way, they're very much interconnected, and you should understand. And I'm sure that as most of us participants here, I'm sure there are already educators here and experienced teachers, all right, and as participants here, and I'm sure it's not a new topic as such, right? Life skills education, or life skills in education is not a new topic as such, all right? If you are living life, right, and it matters the life, the quality of life, the quality. We're talking about education, the quality of education. So the quality of education depends on the quality of knowledge, right? So the life skills are very much part of, right, a quality education. Therefore, if we are able to live life meaningfully in a more content manner, and I'm sure that we can call ourselves as educated, because there is always people. There's a difference between literacy and education. Right? So not all people who obtain degrees may not be kind of called educators or educated people. So well, you should understand the terminology. That's what I'm trying to help you understand this. Well, in the process of presentation, I might be using some of my personal examples, all right, from my own life, or from my observations. The life skills should be talked about not from the theory perspective, but from the real world perspective. That's what I believe, all right. So there are many ways of there are many stages of my life personally, and there are many experiences that shaped me and brought me to this level. Okay, and I have a number of experiences and number of so I can recall number of contexts where the skills that I've formally gained through experiences that helped me shape my life in many ways. So um, so I'll be using some of the examples and some of my observations. I'll be sharing some of the observations, and that should not disappoint you, or or if I talk from my experiences, or if I share from my experience, that should not disappoint you or annoy you, right? We should be open to open to learning and accept the reality as it is, right? So I don't create any kind of stories here, but from my real observations, I'll be sharing I'll be happy to share and to help you understand the reality. If you observe this particular slide here, the title, Implications of Life Skills Education, you see the kind of picture here. All right, some people want it to happen, all right, some wish it would happen, and others make it happen. So for me, I'm sure that you personally believe and I personally agree with me that the third one, the person who is making it happen, right? If I consider personally myself, right, I'm good at life skills, right? I don't belong to the first two categories, but I'm sure I belong to the third category, a person who makes it happen. Therefore, life skills have such an impact on one's individual's life. And here, as teachers, educators, we have a greater role. An important role in the society. Therefore, we need to assume ourselves as important people because we believe in shaping the lives of many out there. So therefore, owning these life skills should result in making things happen, not just merely talking, right? So personally, I just want you to kind of reflect on this, and then just I want you to own the life skills and make things happen. All right. Yeah. So these are my contact details. If anybody would like to kind of give the feedback by the end of the session, I'll be happy to receive feedback. Let's get into the. So this is a kind of a. I'll be happy to cover all these topics if time permits. Otherwise, I'll be kind of most of the things are kind of I'll be skipping some of the things where it's not required or where it is very much understood, right? So, and now in the global scenario, you understand that we are all in the global scenario. Sometimes it is very kind of we talk about science and technology ruling the classrooms or education institutions. We're talking about the technology everywhere. So this global world is more of kind of with all its advancements. So it's emphasizing. Right? There's so much emphasis on the personal, academic, as well as professional growth of teachers and students. We're talking about any education institutions, all right? So we're talking about in terms of technical and global advancements, right? So we have to take ourselves on par with these advancements. So in this process, okay, acquisition of 21st century skills or competencies, that's called, here we can call it as life skills, is essential for all of us. Right? It's not just the teachers, not just the students, it's not about administrators, but it's together we make up the institution. Therefore, we need to kind of update ourselves with or acquire these 21st century skills, which are life skills. And as I said, education prepares, right? Not just it just fosters not just academic knowledge alone, but it should prepare individual for life, right? So life skills come into the picture. So it's in any setting, any learning setting, there are two phases. One is the academic knowledge, the core subjects that we learn, and besides that, how can we own this knowledge in the real application, in the real world, in the real context? How can we apply? And the application partner. Therefore, that requires a skills and strategies, and that should also be side by side kind of acquired. So now we all know that life skills are very, I said, components. So it's a key components of a quality education. All right. So now we talk about institutions. So you're from a particular institution. We name them, we respect them. But what is the overall? Are we talking about? Are we showing the respect only in terms of the quality education or in academic knowledge, or is it also kind of extended? The respect is extended to the kind of the life skills that one presents in one's personality. Okay, so most of the times they go very well, but the people don't match with these two sides. So they very rarely we get to see them. So therefore, we always should strive for kind of giving respect for both, or giving importance to both phases of a personality. Now, we also know the life skills provides a transformative vision or to reimagine education for better learning outcomes and life for all. And as I said, they feed into each other. So once you are good at life skills should provide you to better learning, okay, for better living. So they both have very much connected. It's not that education alone kind of helps us to learn life skills, but it is, as I said, life skills can be acquired, learned from any context through experiences, from parents, from relatives, okay, at home, okay, outside there, anywhere for that matter. So that the skills that we learn should help us to learn better in the academic context, and what we learn in the academic context will also help us to live a better life. Now we're talking about these life skills with upskilling programs are very much emphasized in the NEP 2020. All right. So when we read the NEP 2020, there's a lot of emphasis on 21st century skills. Okay, on par with the technological advancements and other professional development programs. Right. So there is a lot of emphasis is given, but unfortunately, we are not able to kind of do justice, or we're not able to incorporate these skills as part of the day-to-day classroom learning or teaching. Okay, we talk about these skills only in professional institutions, like we offer certain certificate course in a kind of life skills or soft skills or some kind of other skills. All right, these are offered as certificate courses and then seen as an extra package in professional development, rather than making it or owning it and living them or experiencing them as part of the classroom and living day-to-day through day-to-day experiences. So we need to consider that. And now when we're talking about the skills and life skills, there's a slight difference. Skill is it refers to any kind of ability, okay, to do something well. All right, for example, riding a bicycle. Okay, if you do it kind of from your own knowledge, through experience, okay, if you practice more and more, right, and then it becomes part of your knowledge and it's part of your system. Therefore, swimming, for example, more you practice, you gain some kind of understanding, and then you get into the system. So you will be able to you gain the ability to do well. But when it comes to life skills, okay, these are transferable skills, okay, and they enable the individual to deal with everyday life, all right, and to progress and succeed personally, academically, and professionally and socially. It has a wide kind of application, okay, in all aspects of life. Okay, when we're talking about a skill can be talked about with reference to one particular context or a particular ability. But when talking about life skills should help us to live life, or it should shape our overall well-being, and in that all the aspects of life come into the picture. For example, personal aspects, academic learning aspect, okay, professional job related aspects, socially, when we move about interpersonal communication skills, when we talk to people, when we relate ourselves to people, right, we also need certain skills and strategies. Therefore, all aspects are covered here under life skills. Now, life skills help a person to be active and engaged member of a community. All right, we're talking about a particular skill that I own a particular skill, but I talk about this. But if I am using life skills in my day-to-day life, which means I will be I'll be active and I'll be actively engaged in the community. It could be at home, or it could be in the learning, it could be with the friends, it could be, it's always we become conscious about the skills that we have, and then we involve ourselves for helping the others as well as helping oneself. Right. So this is what is very, very important aspect that we should as teachers, we should understand, because it's also give and take relationship, and it always all the skills that we have and all the personality that we own through different experiences and exposures, that is very much visible in our personality, and people get to see that, right? Recently, I was at IIM Rohtak, and I as a visiting faculty, and then I some students asked me, what are the, so could you please talk about body language in a professional context? All right. And I happen to take some time out of the regular topic and then ask them, what are the visible aspects of a personality? Right. And then they come with many ideas or opinions, and I totally agree with them. I told them one aspect. One aspect is that there are certain aspects which are very much visible in our personality. Okay, and these aspects are, you know, kind of they influence people that we are related with. Okay, we don't confine ourselves to rooms and then say we're all alone. Of course, these days that is what is happening. People don't want to kind of relate with people and don't want to kind of, you know, gel with people because they're more confined with mobiles and other, you know, technological or electrical gadgets. Okay, but that's a different thing. But the moment we relate ourselves with people, the people get to know what we are. And I told my students, when you get back home, you should be the skills that you learn here as part of your education. All right, that should reflect in your personality when you get back home. And your parents must see what that the newness must be visible in your personality. Therefore, they become confident. They appreciate and they value you and they treat you as a grown up individual. But if not, if on the other hand, if that doesn't happen, and if you go back and they see you the same person and come back, and after fourth year also, if you feel the same person coming and going, if they don't observe the growth, the visible growth, and the professional growth and academic growth, okay, that social skills, if they don't see in that particular person, and obviously they don't appreciate things. So therefore, as teachers, we need to first of all own these skills, and in day-to-day classroom, we need to carry ourselves, because we always carry ourselves. We carry our personality. Carrying ourselves is carrying a personality, and personality is visible. Right? We become visible to our students. We become visible as a personality. We show up ourselves to administrators, our colleagues, parents. All right, while going and coming. All right, at home. So we should really, you know, be conscious about the personality that we own and the skills that we exhibit in every context. Right. At home, you are a mother. What kind of skills that you are conscious of. All right, as a wife, what skills that you're conscious of, and as a citizen, when you go out of the house, okay, outside with the people, okay, what skills are visible in your personality, okay, and at school, okay, as a colleague, as a teacher, as an administrator, okay, we assume different positions and different at different kind of stages of walks of our life, we assume different positions. We keep growing, become different personalities, right? So we should be consciously kind of, you know, showing up ourselves and rightly and appropriately by using appropriate skills. That's what I mean to say. Okay, we'll get back to that. And life skills are beyond academic knowledge. That is what is I've said. It's not just academic knowledge, but unfortunately, students and teachers, you know, we're busy kind of giving academic knowledge, and we give focus on core subjects rather than giving importance to language, life, and learning. So that doesn't. Here we experience, and sometimes I get to ask students. All right, they give less importance to English language. Why? Because they have sidelined this language for the last few years, and then it's very difficult for them to get back. And they don't understand the importance of that, because I always tell them the language is life. A life, it means language. All right. So the core subjects probably they get to use it in professional context, but when it comes to language, when I say language is life, language is everywhere. The language is life. You are using language in all walks of life. So there is no escape that. So you need to, one has to, you know, improve, one has to work on the language, and language means skills. Skills, you know, are always a part of the language. Okay, so this is what I try to motivate my students. So it's always learning life skills beyond academic knowledge. And life skills are learned throughout life. As I said, we assume different roles and responsibilities at different walks at different levels. Okay, today I may be a teacher. Tomorrow I may be an administrator. Tomorrow you may be a dean. Tomorrow you may be a principal. Right. So our roles change. It's not that so as roles change, we also need to reorient our skills around that particular. It's not the same person working as a today as a teacher and tomorrow you are a principal, and the same skills are reflected. That no, that's a totally a different context altogether. You need to assume new skills. That's possible when you consciously become aware of the roles and responsibilities of that particular role or responsibility. All right. So therefore, it's not the same person, the same skill that we have acquired today, and then we have it throughout life. But that we need to reorient and to kind of redesign the skills as per the suitability of the positions. Now, importance of life skills, it's a holistic development that is very much clear. Okay, life skills contribute to holistic development of individuals' well-being. It's an all-round development is what is happening here. Okay, once we possess these life skills, I'm sure that it's not one aspect of life. So all aspects of life are kind of becoming visible, and we become conscious about the way we function in a day-to-day life. Therefore, it helps us in all walks of life. Therefore, contributing to well-being, social and individual well-being. And life skills. Okay, when we say the holistic development, they act as a comprehensive toolkit. All right, they once they become a comprehensive toolkit, what it happens is that they help us to become more competent and more confident. Okay, in day-to-day facing the day-to-day challenges. They only help us to kind of achieve these, face these challenges in a more confident manner, in a more competent manner, right? So that ultimately that brings in a fulfillment of. There may be failures. It doesn't mean that we don't fail or we don't it doesn't affect negatively. But although first of all we make attempts with confidence. And then if failure happens, we will have that confidence to accept failure as a stepping stone. So that's very important. Okay. So life skills shape our mind and our heart in such a way that we become very open to failures also, right? And the life skills empower individuals to cope with complexities of the modern world. Right, and we know what kind of complexities in the modern world we are facing. So, right, so people don't really, and things are becoming tougher and tougher day by day. So we are worried about too many things in the modern world. All right, so life is becoming more complex and tougher, but still, what should be the goal? What should be the aim? Life is becoming tougher. Should we accept it as it is, or should we kind of gather or acquire the skills to face these kind of tougher challenges in the modern world? So the wise person will only acquire the skills and empowers oneself to face these modern world, complexities of the modern world. Fostering personal development is very essential thing, and resilience. All right, as we assume different roles and different responsibilities, and there's a possibility of negative impacts and kind of negative feedbacks here and there or failures, but we need that strength to withstand these kind of failures and negative feedback. Okay? And then once we withstand, we take it as a stepping stones, and then we assume ourselves again. We renew ourselves with new energies and come up. So resilience is very important. Otherwise, we just we can't stand in the roles or the responsibility. So the life skills empower in such a way that we become resilient to the failures. And adaptability in various life situations is also very important. All right, as a new new places, new environments with new people. Right? How do we new jobs and new roles and responsibilities? How do we kind of adapt ourselves? How do we kind of our what's that? Skillfully, we kind of adapt ourselves to the situations. It's all possible through, I mean, life skills. Therefore, we need to gain such skills to help us to survive in the context. And life skills have a practical applications, right? It's not just about theoretical concepts that we're talking about, but these are practical tools, as I said. They act as a comprehensive toolkit to kind of, what's that, to function in various aspects of life. In that sense, we become, what's that, we should see the real world application part of the life skills. Once you own them through different ways and through different means, and then it's important that we become conscious about these in the ways that we apply these skills in various contexts. For example, communication skills. If you take communication skills in the context of job interviews, what do we do? How do we show up our communication skills? By articulating our thoughts clearly, answering questions consciously, and conveying one's qualifications confidently. Therefore, in this particular job interview context, how communication skills can be applied, right? How appropriately and how strategically we can kind of meet this particular situation or context with the help of communication skills. So we need to own these communication skills as life skills. All right, and there's so much to communication skills, and we will talk about this later. And next another example I can tell you is a problem solving. So if the problem solving is one of the life skills, all right, now in the context of workplace challenge, how do we apply this? Okay, so when we relate ourselves and we involve ourselves in various projects, all right, when you relate yourselves in an academic projects and collaborations, there seems to be some problems that we encounter some kind of issues. But how do we cleverly, strategically, innovatively, creatively we kind of fix these problems or find solutions rather than panicking? So that is also very important. So we need to kind of equip ourselves with the problem solving skills as one of the life skills. Therefore, we can go on talking about context, and then, for example, if you talk about empathy or patience or creativity or time management, these are all some of the skills. But how do we operate in particular context? So we have to use them across diverse situations to navigate and succeed in various aspects of day-to-day life. All right. So unless we become conscious about the skills that we apply on day-to-day basis, all right, it doesn't make a difference. Please make note of this point. All right. We may be routinely and consciously meeting the day-to-day challenges, the day-to-day activities, performing day-to-day activities, all right, meeting day-to-day kind of challenges. But we should be conscious about how we met a particular. So reflection is very important here. When you reflect on the particular act, or how well or how badly or how I could not manage in this particular situation. If you reflect on this and then kind of give some kind of thought to that, I mean to say, if you become conscious about the way you function in particular context, that should help you kind of betterment of one's own self. Next time when you meet, probably because you are conscious today, and tomorrow's challenge will be little better. That's how we become better day by day. If you don't become conscious about the way we function in particular context, or if we meet the challenges routinely without much thought or plan, it doesn't make much difference. Okay, the same problem tomorrow and same mistake will be. It doesn't make much sense. So please understand that. We'll talk about some more the importance of life skills as we talk about types of life skills. Okay, it's very important that I highlight some of the types of life skills, and side by side we will be talking about the importance of them through my observations and kind of experience. I'll be able to highlight some of them. But see, there are too many things here, but I'll be sharing some of my personal experiences as we discuss this. The first one is the personal skills, right? These are the abilities and attributes of the individuals where we can develop and where we can apply or enhance various aspects of our lives, right? So this is the personal skills are kind of grooming oneself, okay, in a way that we become hygiene, or we show up our appearance in a way, or we, as I said, as a person, we kind of present ourselves, right? Not just by presenting ourselves, nobody immediately looks into our mind or heart and see what is inside, but by through our appearances itself, they will be able to form some kind of impressions. So that is also very important. Therefore, self-grooming, okay, and personal skills like one's own self-representation, confidence, and overall health. These are all the things that have become very much visible. So therefore, as teachers, it's very important that we take personal skills as a challenge, and we should own them and use these personal skills for our overall well-being. Now, for example, I have mentioned some of the examples of personal hygiene, okay, hair care, skin care, nail care, okay, clothing. To be very specific, so for example, I give nail care. All right, so I get to see some of the faculty or my colleagues, or whenever I very keenly observe people, the way they dress, the way they walk, the way they sit, the way they eat, the way they interact. I become always conscious about people, right? So I keep observing on the nails, most important, or the way they groom themselves, the hair care, for example, or clothing, right? Or the postures that they assume that they were standing or sitting or teaching, etc. So I sometimes I get disappointed when I see when professors themselves having a very long grown nails, right? It's more of it's more of common sense rather than skills here. Okay, so we should be, that's what self grooming and personal skills kind of refer to, very basic skills. All right, without basic skills, how can we talk about assuming kind of overall well-being of in life? So that's not going to happen. We only talk about this. That is what is important. We need to consciously live life. Life is meant to be lived consciously, all right, and actively and happily, all right, safely, healthily, all right. And as teachers, we should have a strong personality, all right, showing up these basic personal skills, right? So it's very, very important. The way they clothe, sometimes I don't kind of agree, all right? And recently, I happened to be one of the board members of one of the universities, and when I went there, there's a person, an assistant professor, who came to receive me, and when I looked at him, the personality, he's finding it difficult to walk. You see? No, I'm not just kind of see, life skills, okay, they're meant for the well-being, as I always said. We need to take care of ourselves, the diet and exercise, right? So as I said, we always kind of convey the message to our students and others, right? What we are, who we are, how we are. Right. My wife sometimes, she talks about whenever we visit any hospital for any reason, and then she observes very keenly the doctors. And she says, see, these doctors all the doctors are very well kind of neatly dressed, and they very well maintain their physique, and then no one has a stomach, and they seem to be very smart looking and all these things. But do people talk about teachers like that? I really wonder. I really wonder. Okay, so it is we who really kind of kind of play an important role in the society. We claim to be, making people in all walks of life. How skillful and how active and happy and we should be. All right. So please understand this aspect. Personal skills that we can go on talking about this. Body language is another thing. Okay. Sometimes people, I see them, they're lost. They don't understand the importance of communication skills in engineering context, right? People, I mean, the faculty and administrators. All right, we as language teachers, and when I said language is life and life is language, we should show the life through our language, and we should be role models. To that extent, we should shape ourselves to be the role models to other teachers. Therefore, okay, you are a particular language teacher. Oh, yes. And they should be motivated to learn language and feel the life. So that is a challenge before us. Therefore, please understand the importance of grooming personal skills. And some of the examples are mentioned here. The second one is self-awareness skills. All right. Self-awareness, again, it's very important that as an individual, we become self-aware, okay? And we become aware of our own thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and characters, okay? And how do we become, once we become self-aware, okay, it is going to do good for us. And how do we do that? Okay, through reflection, okay, recognition of emotions, okay? We are always aware of our own emotions, emotional the quotient, the emotional the emotions that operate within us, all right, and our strengths and the points to improve, all right. So these are all the points that we need to take into consideration when we're talking about self-awareness. So it's a very fundamental element of emotional intelligence. Okay, we need to be aware of how we feel about one's own self, ourselves, and the ambience, and the people who are involved in communication, and people in the context. We should be aware of ourselves. Once you become aware of your own self, our own selves, and obviously we're conscious about the surroundings also. Therefore, the people who is self-aware has a clear goal setting. All right, they become realistic self-perception is what is that they assume like. Okay, I mean to say that people, as I said, people perceive us differently at different levels. Okay, they talk about us, but we don't have to worry about people when they talk about us. But provided that we are self-aware of our own skills and feelings and thoughts and behaviors. So realistic self-perception is an individual thing, and you own and you know what you own. That's very important. Once we become self-aware, okay, and it leads to some kind of improved interpersonal relationships. So self-awareness skills is one of the important life skills, and we should know ourselves in the real sense, and then we should be feeling happy about that. Next one is self-management skills. Once we become self-aware, okay, we should also we should have the ability to control and regulate our own emotions and behaviors. All right. So how does it help us? It helps us kind of in a more personal life and professional career, and also it also helps us to become more resilient, and it also helps us to adapt ourselves in a more meaningful manner, and it also helps us in more overall well-being. Therefore, self-management skills is all about controlling oneself. Okay, how do we become how do we work on a self-management? We need to motivate ourselves. So self-motivation is very important. Okay, and the next one is the time management. Okay. We play many roles in a day, and how do we manage our time? Okay, and how do we manage our own emotions through the time? Okay, so it's very, very essential that we become aware of our emotions, of our behaviors, our thoughts, and then we manage it very well. Okay, that's an essential thing. And initiative and proactive. A person who manages self or has self-management skills is always proactive in a way, and is always takes initiative to meet people, and he must be very good at interpersonal skills. So self-management skills are very essential, and it also to do with the self-discipline. Okay, so motivating oneself and disciplining oneself and taking up some kind of activity on day-to-day basis, or taking up a new hobbies, or participating. Okay, by doing that we become self-disciplined. Okay, to manage our. Otherwise, we feel bored and then we don't know what to do on weekends or in other holidays and whatever. Okay, so we need to always become aware of our. We can manage them through different skills. Next one is interpersonal skills. All right, these are the very fundamental skills, okay, and which helps us to kind of build a positive relationships with others. Right, so we start with communication skills. Right, there are various aspects of communication skills. All right, and we should not take it very easy. Communication skills is very kind of a very broad term, but when you kind of talk about communication, we talk about oral skills, we talk about non-verbal skills, we talk about visual skills, we talk about vocal skills. All right, so all put together, it's a communication skill. It's not about just kind of sharing the message with the other person. So please understand, interpersonal skills. One of the most important skills is communication and teamwork. Right, teamwork. We kind of we should involve ourselves. Okay, we should collaborate and network with other people so that we become more kind of interactive, and so as a result, we develop some kind of interpersonal skills with others. And in the process, we need to be assertive. And if there is a conflict happens, of course, when too many people are involved, or when we are collaborating with people, there should be some kind of conflicts or issues. There is no doubt about that. But how do we go about conflict resolution? That's also very important. We talked about the kind of brainstorming for appropriate solution, all right, sharing it openly with others, right, and kind of solving the problems, right. That's very important. Another important aspect of interpersonal skills is active listening. All right, when we involve ourselves in communication, we don't pay much attention to active listening. Okay, we are simultaneously we engage ourselves in many aspects. For example, if you observe your students in the classroom, or sometimes we ourselves also kind of we'll be messaging at the same time somebody when we are paying attention to our children or husband or parents, whatever. So we are multitasking at the same time. So in the process, we are not paying attention. Okay, it is because of a lack of active listening. So we need to kind of take responsibility for listening. When we actively listen, what happens is that we get to understand, we analyze the message, we understand the message, and analyze the message and process it, and then give active feedback. So these are all the things. It's a process. Communication is a process which involves all these aspects. So interpersonal skills are kind of they help us a lot, and these are all the aspects that go well with interpersonal skills. And critical thinking skills, all right. And as we just said, as we just talked about interpersonal skills, critical thinking skills also form a part of our workplace, right. When we are kind of associated with people or projects or kind of collaborations, all right, and we need to come up with various strategies to kind of to deal with the people as well as the work. So in these contexts, it depends on what kind of creative solutions that we bring and how innovatively we kind of shape our our context, and then giving kind of and how meaningfully we make this particular context as a contributing to betterment of the issues. In other words, problem solving is very much part of a critical thinking. All right. Sometimes creativity is applied in problem solving. Innovative, you need to be innovative in problem solving. All right. Sometimes we need to kind of make decisions, prompt decisions, which is very difficult, and it's also part of critical thinking. So therefore, all these things make up critical thinking skills, and we need to be conscious about of these critical thinking skills, and therefore that helps us kind of not to repeat the same kind of errors or mistakes when we face these challenges in the future. So please understand the critical thinking skills. When we talk about integration of life skills in the curricula, right? It requires kind of thoughtful planning and alignment with the educational goals of NEP. It's not that we can kind of incorporate these life skills as and when we as per our wishes, but we need to always keep the goals on par with the goals and kind of regulations of the NEP. So we can, as teachers, incorporate these kind of skills into our curricula. Let's look at some of them, like curriculum mapping. Wherever it is possible within the classroom, we can help ourselves and help learners to become involved, and we can help them to kind of communicate better. For example, if you can take the communication skills as one of the skills, we can help students to kind of we can put them in pairs, or make them group works, or we can just help them to kind of do interaction and make presentation skills, whatever it is. So we need to see a point where we can where we can naturally fit these communication skills in the context. So that way we can map a curriculum can be mapped with the communication skills. That's one of the examples I'm sharing here. And next one is interdisciplinary projects. As and when necessary, we can take some projects. We can help students, or we can also involve ourselves in interdisciplinary projects to learn better, and to go beyond academic knowledge, and to kind of find some kind of ways to improve ourselves. So that is this is one of the ways to see interdisciplinary projects as one of the ways to develop ourselves. And real world applications, and we can provide some kind of real examples or case studies, that is also there. And role plays and simulations, as and when possible, we can provide students, or we can also, as teachers, there are many teachers I know who really assume the roles of, as assume the roles, and they involve actively themselves, and they also become part of role plays in the classroom, right? So we need to be with the learners, so that we gain confidence, and also we motivate our students to gain the new skills. So it's a two-way process, and it's like a give and take process. Next one is the learning through social surveys. We ourselves can involve ourselves into various other kind of social service activities. For example, here we have a UBA, that's Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, where we adapt some kind of schools, and then we go and do some kind of services, distributing the books, clothes, and various tree plantation, or teaching some of the classes, or many other activities. So I always see, whenever I am part of this particular activity, I'm always conscious about what I am learning, and always tell my students, don't be don't take it as a great help that you are doing, but you take it as a help that you are what help that you are gaining from participating in this kind of activities. Therefore, it all depends upon the perceptions. How we take a particular activity, we take it as a burden and as a learning experience to shape our own lives. So it's all the mindset that needs to be clear. And guest speakers and industry professionals, we can also incorporate this kind of activity. Like I make sure that in a semester I invite one or two guest speakers for my learners, to motivate them, and to share their own experiences, and to motivate my students in various aspects. So we can actively use this particular, this activity can be incorporated in our curriculum. Teacher training and collaborations, and it's important, as administrators, we need to provide some opportunities and chances for teachers to participate, or as teachers, we ourselves should take take time, or take responsibility to participate in some of the teacher training programs, like that you are doing now, and collaborate. It's not just attending FVPs, but collaborating under various projects, and other academic endeavors. So it's always helps us, and that only helps us to kind of equip with different life skills. So when we collaborate with others, we get to know get to know people, we get to know their personalities, we get to travel, we get to kind of, experience ourselves, and the learning will be visible in that way. So we need to take kind of, time to collaborate with other teachers from other institutions, other countries if possible. Right? So these are all things that within our reach, and we can do that. Continuous evaluation improvement is another important aspect. As teachers, we need to kind of, as I said, it's a we believe in lifelong learning. So it's a lifelong learning, and we need to update ourselves with new skills, and always by seeking feedback from the students, peers, or colleagues and administrators. Okay, sometimes there may be negative feedback, but negative evaluation, but let's accept that and then try to better ourselves in the next time. We prove ourselves always better whenever there is a negative feedback. Okay? So feedback is always you should have a strength. Accepting feedback itself is a skill. Being open to the negative feedback or criticism itself is a skill. And once we are open to that thing, that works positively and really helps in our work. And some of the implications of life skills based education is that once we really, as I said, if we really kind of own these life skills and become conscious about them day-to-day activities, day-to-day life, okay, day-to-day activities of life, and they work wonders with us. And the first thing is like lessen violent behavior. Okay, and because we assume different roles and responsibilities through the day, and we become stressed and we become violent sometimes, which could be with our children. We become impatient with our husbands or parents or sometimes colleagues. Okay, so that can be lessened. All right, and there is an increased pro-social behavior, increased negative self-destructive behavior, etc. So there's a possible once we own these life skills and this kind of a positive and pro-social behavior is always possible. Okay, and we realize more of ourselves, and then we become self-aware. We become once we become self-management, we're good at self-management skills. Then we always kind of open to the people around us, and we also build up kind of network with us, and we become pro-social with people. So that's what is possible here. An increased ability to plan ahead and choose effective solutions to problems. That is very much possible. Okay, because we become aware of the problems and we become creative, and we always try to find innovative solutions to that. Okay, so that is possible here. And increased, improved self-image, self-awareness, social and emotional adjustment, that is possible here. And increased acquisition of knowledge, yes. And improved classroom teaching behavior, yes. See, I always tell my colleagues and my students that I strive for today's success. Okay, I don't. We don't celebrate by the end of the semester or by the end of the fourth year. Okay, after attaining the degree. No, I always seek for today's success. That for today's class is my today's success. That decides my success. Okay, and I always tell my students, live for today's success, not for don't have to postpone your success or happiness. Okay, after by the end of the fourth year or fifth year. So that is not how life should be lived. Therefore, we always strive for the betterment in day-to-day activities and day-to-day classroom behavior. Enhance self-control and handling interpersonal problems and coping with anxiety. So these are all we become better in handling these kind of problems or anxieties, right? Once we own these interpersonal skills and creative skills or communication skills or empathy or time management. All right. So these are the life skills that make us or they enhance our behavior and our perspective to the challenges, day-to-day challenges. And most importantly, there will be an improved constructive conflict resolution with peers, all right, impulse control and popularity. So we'll be able to gel with our colleagues, and we'll be able to control, we'll be able to kind of take charge of our own self and others well, if we really own these kind of life skills in our own personal behavior or personality. So these are some of the findings that I have found when I just read some of the research articles. And the challenges and solutions, yes. When it comes to kind of incorporating life skills into the curriculum, we have certain challenges. Okay, the most important, I mean, most of them are very much we are aware of most of them, but I can just highlight one or two. Mostly our curricula focuses on the academic achievement rather than the personal achievement. All right, it doesn't give much scope for personal achievement, or talk about personal achievements, or kind of what is that, the social well-being, etc. Okay, it has a set of topics, and we are focused on academic achievement rather than giving much scope for discussing personal personal aspects of students, how they feel, where they come from, how they are coping with the situation. All we don't really get into that. That's what I mean to say. And inadequate teaching and learning resources. That's also the struggle that we have in our colleges. I mean, within our colleges or institutions, we are faced with large classrooms, and therefore we lack certain facilities, and it's become very difficult to pay attention to individual learners and to kind of care for them individually. And as a result, we fail to understand what they are going through. So these are some of the challenges. But what are the solutions that we can find? Okay, NEP aligned experiential learning, okay, by participating or by knowing and reading the national education policy and taking some kind of motivation from there, some of the tips from there, and participating in some of the experiential activities or programs, and gaining new knowledge, okay, by participation. This is one of the things one of the solutions that we can find. And research and evaluation, right? We need to continuously research in the classroom, and also we need to evaluate ourselves, the way we teach, the way we conduct ourselves, the way students learn, and they feedback. So we need to be always kind of conscious about these new aspects of classroom teaching and learning, right, and feedback. So that way we can. That's one of the ways to kind of knowing and incorporating newness into the classrooms, and as an individual. And collaboration, as I said, we need to collaborate with people and colleagues as much as possible. And customized programs, we ourselves can initiate. I'm happy that these days they've created some groups. I don't know if most of you must be in the groups or the communities they're creating on WhatsApp, and they're sharing some kind of kind of a new knowledge, or they're informing some kind of a recent developments. Okay, they are there is so much that can happen. We can within a college or within a district or within a state, we can form into groups, and then we ourselves can initiate some kind of programs, come up with innovative ideas, and we can learn from each other. So we need to customize some of the programs as and when necessary. Life skills play a crucial role in education as it contributes to the holistic development of teachers and students. And so we are talking about the holistic development. In other words, the all-round well-being. All right, that is very much emphasized in the NEP. Okay, we just don't teach. We are not concerned with the academic knowledge alone, but to shape all-round development, all-round well-being of the students is the concern, and it's the responsibility of every teacher and every learner, and it's possible through kind of learning and updating new skills and new abilities, new competencies. All right, so that should be the aim. And integrating life skills into education has profound implications for personal growth, academic achievement, future success in various aspects of lives. Ultimately, as I said in the beginning, once we own these life skills, we'll be able to do well personal life, academic life, and professional career. Right? So, life skills work in all aspects of all walks of life, all aspects of life. It's not just kind of they're confined to only workplace. No, we're not talking about soft skills here. Soft skills are very much kind of a subset of life skills, but we mostly talk about them in a professional context. Okay, but life skills are not like that. That's why there's transferable skills. Life skills are transferable skills, and they are learned throughout life because we assume different roles and responsibilities. All right, patience, for example, it works well. We need to be patient at workplace. We need to be patient with the friends. We need to be patient with the family members. All right. Once you have that skill, patient with you, and then that works through all aspects of your life. That's what I'm trying to say. And it's very important that policymakers, practitioners, and researchers should make efforts to integrate life skills into the education system and non-formal settings. So, as teachers, also we need to be aware of these, and we need to recommend. We need to research and find new directions in the area, and we need to recommend these things to our administrators. And when we become administrators, we need to kind of through observations, our experience. Okay, we could not do some of them. We should, when we assume new roles and responsibilities, we should try to incorporate these kind of newness into the system. Therefore, there is a visible changes. So that's how we can do wonders. Therefore, finally, I would like to say that although a formal teaching, we learn many things through the formal education system, okay, but most importantly, as this particular quote says, that most of the skills in life are the ones that you have to develop on your own. It is an individual responsibility. Nobody will come and kind of shape our lives, and nobody will come and help you to acquire the life skills unless you open up yourself, unless you take initiative and self-responsibility for your own learning, for your own growth, and living life meaningfully. Unless you wish to live life meaningfully, nobody will take interest, because everybody is in the same boat, and everybody is craving for and striving for the same growth, and they're all facing the same kind of issues. And who cares for who these days? Therefore, if you want to visible changes, you want a visible personality, a winning personality, okay, and you want to stand out, to be different, to make difference in your own career, in life, in professional career, okay, in academics, and as teachers, we need to assume these life skills in all walks of life, and feel the difference for oneself. So that's very important. It's not that the others should appreciate it. No, or others may not always appreciate it. If they appreciate it, it's well and good. Or sometimes they kind of exaggerate things. But I don't take it because I know what I am personally. That's very important. So therefore, self-perception, take the self-perception and become self-aware. Okay, learn the skills of self-management. Right, I mean self-management skills, creativity, right, and personal grooming is very important. Right? I could discuss many. I mean, can give many examples of personal grooming where we really don't do well. Okay, because it really directly reflects in our personality. Therefore, take care of ourselves. I wish we pay keen attention to life skills and emerge ourselves as winning teachers, happy and healthy, and most importantly, okay, safe all the time. So thank you for giving me this opportunity, and I'm sure that I've put across my little knowledge through my presentation, and there is a lot to learn. Okay, and it's individual responsibility, as I said. And I'm happy to kind of share this my observations and my readings with you, and I'll be happy to collaborate with people. So please do get in touch, and then I wish each and every one of you kind of success in life. Okay, and once again, thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity. If there are any questions, we can. I mean, if you rather than questions, we can share your own experiences, one or two experiences, and then may agree or disagree, so that we can we become more clear, and that way we can exchange our thoughts. So yeah, now it's open for a question and answer session.
Thank you, sir. Dear participants, now, thank you so much, sir, for this insightful and very interesting topic, which is being neglected by most of us sometimes. We have to teach to the students, our students, and even we need to reflect on. So now, dear participants, this forum is open for discussion or any question. If you have, you can unmute or put it in the chat box.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, Dr. Aisha Siddiqui.
Hello, not able to hear.
Good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah, please go ahead.
This is Dr. Aisha from Hyderabad, sir. Even I have done my PhD from EFLU.
Okay.
So there is a question on life skills regarding the challenges we were talking about. There was written like the value changes with and the lifestyle changes. So my question is, do the values changes by times, or they are one and the same? Like what values our parents have and what values we are having it. Is there any change in the value system?
Obviously, yes. Values are mostly, kind of very infused. System, unfortunately, there is some kind of noise here, Yeah, right. Now, that's what, when I was reading that some of the research papers, I just came to know that, and we also agree that. So we somehow mistake that value education, we take value education as a life skills education, but these both are two different things. Okay, value education is kind of that helps us to keep up our beliefs on kind of our traditions. Okay, we take some kind of some time to help students to kind of control them, to kind of help them to be on par with the belief system. So our beliefs are mostly infused, okay, from our traditions. Okay, but as child grows, okay, or as learners grow, there is always a possibility of a kind of conflict. There's a conflict with the belief system. So once there's a conflict, then there is a new perspective. There's always possible, because belief thing is not what I believed consciously or kind of on my own. As a child, as a learner, it was infused and it was kind of kind of told to me. Okay, but when I've grown up, there's a possibility of conflicts with the belief systems. There is a new perspective altogether. So that's always that is the new learning. Otherwise, if I still always stick to the same beliefs, and which means, in my opinion, I am not growing much. There is always the questioning aspect to the beliefs, and I should be convinced personally, and then only I should grow strong in the particular belief. So in my particular case, in my personal case, what I believed as a child, as a teenager, what I believe now, they're totally two different things. So there is always that kind of conflict is there. That only that conflict will make and shape our personal growth.
Mr. Pramod, you can unmute.
Yeah. Hi, sir. Rajkumar, sir. Good evening. This is Pramod here.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I was just going through this. Is just correct me if I'm wrong. Like life skills would be like ever continuous process of adapting, changing, and improvising ourselves, right? I mean, anything like maybe self-awareness or communications, thinking, in creativity sense, like interpersonal skills or accepting criticisms from different people across the working places or personally and professionally. So this should be something like ever improvement, continuous process in our life, and this is not going to be fixed at one point of time. This keeps changing, evolving, revolving around all of us. So it's like we need to be updated, like how we update our technical skills every time. So I guess these life skills also need to be updated. It keeps coming to us in different forms of life. So we need to handle this, and it's not one-time process. It could be a continuous process throughout our lives. Right, sir?
Yes, yes, absolutely, you're right. Yeah, that's what we talked about it. See, as we assume ourselves, we don't constant. We don't remain as one position all the time. We don't assume ourselves in one particular role. Okay, as we with the time we evolve ourselves, and as we evolve ourselves, our roles and responsibilities kind of emerge, and then as per the roles and responsibilities, our skills also should be matching. That's what we talked about it initially.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. It's not that the same person kind of working as an administrator, teacher, and as a family member. Right? No, not that way.
So what do you say that can we implement this? I mean, maybe in engineering colleges as a part of their semesters, or as any, because this is very important in everyone's life, right? So mostly in the students who are upcoming and who have to change these challenges in the life tomorrow. So maybe this is one of the very good subjects which can be incorporated into the educational curriculum. So I mean, is it anything like this is taken up earlier, or anything in discussion phase with the universities to incorporate this in the educational curriculum for this engineering students?
Not as such. Mostly they talk about in terms of soft skills and the value education system. I mean, it comes to the schools and all, but when it comes to life skills, there is no particular course or kind of sessions devoted to this. Okay, so therefore, it is an individual responsibility and teachers' responsibility to own them and to reflect them in the classroom behavior, so that and motivate the learners, and make them understand the importance of life skills by ourselves experiencing them, so that we act as role models to the students. But we can kind of conduct some kind of invite sessions, or kind of we can invite some guest speakers and then we can try to motivate students on different or definite skills, so that the purpose is served. It all depends on the creativity and the feasibility, and it's the responsibility of the teachers how best we can help our learners to kind of acquire these skills.
True. Yeah. I got it. I got it, sir. Thank you very much. And today it was a very splendid presentation from your side, and it was worth listening for me. Thank you very much for your inputs.
Thank you. That could have been better. Yeah.
Good time, sir.
Now, Miss Angela Christiana, you can unmute.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I must say it was a very wonderful session, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Somewhere very much related to my research topic. So,
great.
One simple doubt. How does language lay its impact on the holistic, ethics of a personality?
Yeah. How does
language yeah, impact the holistic ethics of a personality? Because no doubt holistic development speaks of the complete package of a personality in its growth. Does language play a role? How?
Obviously, see, when we're talking about ethics again, that's a context specific. That's what I see. Okay,
Yes.
See, ethics for me, what I see in a particular context may be different for you. Okay, but ultimately, what is operating behind is the language. And I said, language is life, life is language. Okay, we always we don't live without. I mean, we can't live without language.
Yes.
Okay, so language influences in every aspect, be it ethics or beliefs or kind of whatever, communication, whatever it is, personality, whatever it is, it's all about language. So there is a definite influence of the language, because life itself, and I said life is language, language is life, and you cannot do away with language, you see. So therefore, but when it comes to how it has an impact on the ethical aspects of the personality, is that is context specific and subject specific. That's what I see. That's very difficult to define just in general, unless you take a perspective. Okay.
No doubt. Personality and soft skills are two different entities, but medium of channel is, yes, language in one way or the other.
Yes, it's a language. Yes,
it does build ethics. It definitely does build its ethics, because see, when I'm a Telugu, my culture is definitely affects my personality. And somewhere the skills that involuntary skills is what we call soft skills. And no doubt they our involuntary effects are always there, but does it have a major role, major impact in building life skills at large, is my question.
You mean the language?
Yes, sir.
Yes, obviously. How do we express our thoughts, our personality, our what's that, communication skills, and whatever it is, whatever to do with life, how do we express it? What's the medium of expression? Is a language. But the language doesn't mean that it's just kind of the kind of written mode, or it's not spoken mode. There are various aspects of language. Okay, so obviously it's all about language. It has a major influence on that.
Thank you
Okay,
so
but
much.
what more it takes is a different thing. Unless you fix it in a particular context, we won't be able to talk about it generally.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
And I'm sure there are experienced teachers. Probably you can share your experiences, one or two of you.
Mr. Prakash, you can speak.
Yeah, sir. Good evening.
Hello.
Sir, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yeah, of course you are. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, sir. I'm Dr. K.V. Lakshmi, working as an assistant professor in one of the engineering colleges, and I'm a soft skill trainer also. Now, my doubt is how to incorporate these life skills or soft skills in among the students. Means what I meant. Do you suggest any activities, sir? Means to incorporate these skills among the students. Nowadays, they are lagging behind, sir. Even in their concept, according to their perspective, English is not a worthwhile subject. Just for time pass or for getting marks, they are studying. According to students' perspective, so how to incorporate these awareness, sir, among the students, the value of the language or life skills or communicative skills, whatever it is. Can you suggest any activities, sir? That is my doubt, sir.
Right. Yeah, this is the same problem or the same issue with across the institutions, be it IIT or a college somewhere in the remote place. So students don't pay much attention to language. That's why I talked about it. So but how do we bring them around to kind of a personal examples? Let's be the models. Let's be the role models. This is one of the ways. Being as a teacher, you being a role model is one of the ways to which immediately impacts the learners. Okay. And second thing is you can, as I said, you can invite some guest speakers. Okay, you can invite some guest speakers. Okay, and then just try to motivate. It's all about motivation. See, all that we can do is we can only motivate students. We cannot infuse the skills into their minds. Okay, once you motivate them, obviously they should create self-interest for learning and love for learning. If they don't have these two things, and however you try, that doesn't work in any way. Okay, so what we can do as teachers is that, like, first of all, me as a teacher, I should be the role model. Okay, when I say that I'm implementing my own, I'm visible through my personality. Some of the skills are visible through my personality. As a teacher, yes, I am the role model for my students. Okay. That's immediate thing, and that impacts a lot.
Okay.
That impacts a lot, and that influences a lot, because students also emulate and some of my students, they imitate me, they walk like me, and they try to talk like me, because I influence them in such a way. So that's what I'm trying to say. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And yeah, inviting guest speakers and kind of helping them to kind of there are other ways of like for example taking inviting some kind of giving some kind of a motivation to come up with some role plays. Okay, give them total charge. Okay, ask them today, this is the context and how would you come up with what kind of skills. Okay, you come up with a definite plan. Okay, this is the context, these are the various steps, and this should be the outcome. You give them some kind of what's that activity with the proper plan, and then let them act it out and kind of play it or act it out, or they kind of do the activity within the classroom, and then see how best they can present themselves. And then these are some of the ways, and there are many other resources that are available by watching some YouTube kind of YouTube through YouTube. There are many kind of YouTube the resources available on YouTube or the other platforms. So you take anywhere, you search for these things, and then you incorporate them in your classroom and keep sharing information. What I do is I keep sharing some of the information because of this technological kind of advancements. It's very easy for me to form a group and keep sharing some of the motivational things, some of the activities, some of the readings in this area. So that is another way. So it's not difficult to share information. Okay. So these are some of the ways. These are some of the ways.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Ms. Bhatia, you can speak, please.
Okay, yeah. Good evening, sir.
Hello, good evening.
So I'm also an assistant professor of English. I'm also a soft skills trainer. And my question to you is, like, I have two questions for you. But first of all, I would ask a difficult one, then an easy one. Okay. So first question for you is, sir, what are the most effective strategies for incorporating emotional intelligence training into life skills education curriculum for students?
Okay. Come again. What is the most important?
What are the most effective strategies for incorporating emotional intelligence training into life skills education curriculum for students?
Okay. Yeah, this is the first question. The second one?
So second one, I would like to, that's a basic question, like how can we develop our decision-making power very strong? Like if you're taking any decision, that should be on the basis of right or wrong. But how can we inculcate such with the help of some life skills? How can we build such firm decision-making power so that it helps us like in climbing the ladder of success in our near future?
Okay. So I'll start with the second one first, okay, because that's easy.
Sure, sir, sure.
The second one, see, when we put suppose in the soft skills training or kind of placement training, when we kind of put students in a group discussion and give them a problem, to solve the problem. See here, coming up with solutions is one aspect. Okay, that is one aspect that we look into. The other aspect that we look into is how are they able to think creatively, innovatively, and in a more meaningful. So these are the different aspects. There is nothing like a definite answer for, the type of questions or problems that we pose to them in a group discussion is not to find the right solution. Sometimes there may not be right solution. There is no one solution. There may be multiple solutions. Okay, but who is coming up, who is emerging as a leader, who is emerging as an innovative thinker, who is more participating, who is becoming proactive? There are many skills that are tested around this particular problem solving issues. Okay, so the more we practice, the more we say as an individual, if I participate and if I think I might come up with one or two innovative ideas. Okay, I shouldn't stop there. As I said in the talk, the most important thing that we lack is active listening. Okay, so I am always busy in the group task, to find my own solution. But I forget to listen. In the process, I forget to listen to what 10 other people or 4 other people coming up with the new ideas. So being aware of my own solution ideas, and being aware of the other ideas, taking them making them, noting those particular ideas. So I'm adding more and more ideas, and then reflecting on them will help me to choose the best out of that. Okay, so at least I'm becoming aware of many solutions rather than my own. But if I don't listen in the first place, then I miss out on the point. That's what we do most of the time. So as teachers, as soft skills trainer, we should inculcate active listening into the students. Okay, once they are ready with their own idea or a solution, then the next thing is they should pay attention and listen very keenly to others' solutions. So that way, there are many solutions. Okay, then that obviously helps them to kind of reflect upon which is best or which is very very close to their own solutions. That way, we can emerge as innovative and creative decision makers. The first question, again, first question, please.
Yeah, sure, sir, sure.
Soft skills.
Most effective strategies that for incorporating emotional intelligence training into life skills education curriculum for students.
All right. So there are, we can, I mean, as experienced teachers, we can think about these things. But from my side, empathy is one of the things. Okay, and patience, all right, and what is that? I can think of these two things very quickly, because they are very much related to understanding the emotions of the other person. See, when we're talking about understanding the other person, we should put ourselves in the shoes of the other person, and realize and understand what he is going, so that we won't be able to make informed decisions. Okay, we won't be able to understand in the first place. Therefore, empathy, okay, and patience, okay, and we can think of and an important aspect is active listening is also very important thing, because we need to understand the other person. So for that, we need to listen in the first place. Okay, what the other person is going through. Observation is another thing. Okay, creative, to become creative in understanding and analyzing a context, you need to observe the other person. So these are some of the things I can think about right now. But if others can contribute to this, then I'll be very happy. Anybody else can talk about these things? How can we kind of effectively incorporate lives, those are soft skills
Kalyani,
in understanding emotional intelligence?
so shall we? Sir?
Yes, please.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Yes. Good evening, sir. This is Lakshmi Kalyani.
Yeah, hello.
I'm working as an assistant professor in one of the universities, sir. My question is that not only that IT, that like engineering courses, I have aligned to allied sciences, also like radiology, anesthesia, all these courses, I'm teaching them English. The students of different backgrounds, that is from different state, they don't know understand these languages also, first of all. But here in the first year, it is given as like soft skills, like teamwork, all these given in the lesson. How those background students who are unable to understand, even some foreigners are also there, they don't understand it. How can these life skills help them? Even I'm motivating them, they don't understand, madam, this, all this. Even though I'm motivating them, no, if it is wrong, let us speak, nothing will be happen. So but even the motivation is going on also, they think that only that particular important subject is important. They won't feel that whenever they go outside, suppose they settle as a radiologist also, he has to give some presentations, all this to them. So how these life skills will help them in settling in their life? So even we are teaching them like soft skills like teamwork, group discussion, presentation skills, all these will be given. How they are going to decide by the motivation skills also, we can say that.
Right. It's a good question. See, actually, when students come from a very multilingual background, or very different educational backgrounds or social backgrounds, we get to see the mixed kind of students where sometimes the language becomes very difficult. Language, see, when we teach skills, language may not be a barrier here. Okay, let's not talk about language as a barrier, but when we put them in particular different contexts, that's what I said. So you create a context within the classroom, give a context, and ask them to kind of come up with a kind of a role play, or kind of activity, or a presentation, or poster presentation, whatever it is. Okay, however they feel comfortable. If they're not comfortable with English, probably in Hindi, or someone else can translate it, or can. So but first you give them that kind of motivation to work upon that particular topic in the particular context, and let them gain confidence. Okay, and gradually we need to work upon this. It's not just overnight we can't help with such students. Otherwise, if you too much emphasize that they should speak in English and only they should come present in English, then there's a possibility of demotivating them, or belittling their skills, or their knowledge. So therefore, what we should do is that we should initially help them, let them feel comfortable. Okay, let them feel kind of ease, and then give an opportunity to emerge as creative thinkers. Okay, whatever language they are comfortable. Okay, that's going to be fun actually. If somebody creates a post in his own language, and then if somebody can translate it, it's helping in many ways. Okay, so please you don't stick to just language alone. When you're talking about they don't know English language, let's not take it English language as a barrier here. Let them work in their own language, and then let it get translated, and gradually students gain kind of confidence. So that's how we should work.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, participants. Due to time,
Dr. KK, your voice is not breaking.
Three forms.
Dr. KK, your voice is not clear.
Google Forms. So, due to time constraint, yes, sir. Now, is it audible? Is it audible now?
Yeah, now it is audible, but it is unclear sometimes actually.
Okay, I'll stop the video, I think, because of that. Okay, am I clear now?
Now it is clear.
At least?
Yeah.
Okay, so due to time constraints, we are actually, we would like to stop this question and answer session, because there is a lot to do now. We request our speaker sir, to have some 5 to 10 minute patience, so that we'll complete the other formalities. Actually, we started this FDP before 6 days. So today, as we draw the curtains on this intellectually refreshing faculty development program, spanning a spectrum of enriching topics and insightful discussions, it's with a profound sense of gratitude and enlightenment that we reflect on the numerous perspectives shared over the past days on this interdisciplinary FDP. The inaugural day set the tone for an engaging discourse inaugurated by Dr. B. Spurti's illuminating insights into leveraging AI tools for academic research, which indeed laid a solid foundation for the subsequent sessions. Dr. V.K. Karthika's deliberation on research and publishing ethics presented a compelling exploration into the ethical facets of academic endeavors, opening avenues for contemplation and introspection. The following days witnessed rich discussions, notably Dr. Jamal Qaid Muhammad Ali's discourse on the use of ChatGPT in language learning and Dr. Madhumati Pashupati's invaluable guidance on writing research grant proposals. Dr. Mustaba M. Momin's exploration of ethics in education and Dr. Gerald insights into impact of AI in education illuminated the ethical frameworks and technological advancements shaping modern pedagogy. And today is the penultimate session by Sir Dr. Rajkumar Guduru delve into the crucial significance of life skills in education and marking an introspective conclusion to this intellectually stimulating journey. We extend our heartfelt appreciation to each esteemed speaker for their profound contributions, enriching our understanding and igniting new dimensions of thought. Our gratitude extends to our attendees for their active participation and thought provoking queries and enhanced the depth of our discussion. As we conclude this FDP, may these imprints of these discussions guide us in our scholarly pursuits, fostering ethical practices, embracing technological advancements, and nurturing holistic approaches to education. Thank you for being an integral part of this academic journey. We look forward to continued collaborations and future endeavors that will further illuminate our academic research and teaching. Now, I would like to propose vote of thank. Dear esteemed management and patrons and distinguished individuals, we extend our heartfelt gratitude and sincere appreciation to the esteemed management of SR Group and SR University, led by our esteemed patrons, Chancellor C. A. Varda Reddy, sir, and Pro Chancellor C. A. Madhukar Reddy, sir, for their unwavering support and visionary leadership that paved the way for this success of this faculty development program. Our deepest gratitude goes to Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Deepak Garg, sir, for his visionary guidance and unwavering commitment to academic excellence, which has been instrumental in shaping the educational landscape. We express our sincere appreciation to Registrar Dr. Archana Reddy for her administrative support and to Dean and Chairperson Dr. E. Purushottam sir for his invaluable guidance and mentorship. Our heartfelt acknowledgement extend to the organizing secretary, Dr. N. Himavarshini, Madam and HOD of the Department of English, whose exceptional leadership led this FDP towards its success. We thank her for her dedication and visionary directions. A special mention goes to the convener and assistant dean of admissions, T. Raghu sir, whose tireless efforts and meticulous planning were crucial in bringing this FDP to completion. His dedication and hard work have been truly appreciated. We express our gratitude to Ms. Ritika Oja, co-convener, for her insightful contributions, and Mr. Rupesh Kotte, coordinator of the FDP and associate dean of mentoring and planning, for his invaluable advisory role. A heartfelt thank goes to Dr. Teja, coordinator of FDP, Ms. Vinutana, coordinator of FDP and associate dean of students welfare, for their unwavering support and commitment. Our sincere appreciation goes to all esteemed speakers from day one, Dr. Spurti, Dr. Karthika, Dr. Jamal Muhammad Ali, Dr. Mustafa M. Momim, Dr. Gerald, and today's speaker, Dr. Rajkumar Guduru. Their expertise and insights have enriched our collective knowledge. Last but not least, we extend our gratitude to the audience, participants, and everyone involved, teaching, non-teaching, for their invaluable support. Without your active involvement and unwavering support, this journey of knowledge dissemination would not have been possible. Thank you for your dedication, guidance, and unwavering support in making this faculty development program a resounding success. I believe this FDP should initiate a spark of collaboration and academic discussions at different levels with the Department of English at SR University, and SR University itself are very happening, and we are open for any sort of academic collaboration. So thank you so much. Now I request Raghu sir to take over and to guide the audience for next formalities. We have to fill some feedback forms, and two feedback forms in fact. First will be about today's session, and the second one would be about uh, the overall FDP program, and the last will be the small test which will be deciding the for the sake of excellence, we have kept that particular test. So now I would like to request Dr. Raghu sir, Mr. Raghu sir, for guiding the audience. But before that, I would like to request 4 to 5 audience or participants to unmute and to give your valuable feedback in order to better our FDP programs or any conferences or anything in future. So we would like to listen from you for the betterment and academic excellence. So I would like to request those who are raising hand also, they can unmute and give the oral feedback, and then we can go to written feedback. So thank you, sir. Thank you, Rajkumar sir, for your excellent insights today. That was a very insightful session. So we are very thankful, and you accepted our invitation, and you became a part of this particular FDP. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. KK, for your excellent moderation today. And it's a very good ending for our FDP. And you are given for that. Thank you so much. First, I must thank Dr. Rajkumar, and without him, this FDP may not be possible. So whenever I had a thought of doing this FDP, and he was the one has encouraged me, and he supported me a lot. So Dr. Rajkumar, I'm very thankful to you for making this possible. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, Dr. Rajkumar, would you like to speak anything?
I think sir is muted. So shall we ask participants by the time sir unmutes?
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah. Sir is there. Yes. Sir, you are muted, I think.
Sir, could you please unmute yourself?
Somebody is doing that. Okay. All right. No, it's my responsibility and it's my pleasure to kind of, to help to kind of for success of this particular. I'm happy that you contacted me, and then, I could do the best I can, right? It's always most welcome anytime. Yeah.
Your support is tremendous, sir, actually. So whenever you were there as the member of our BOS meeting, since then your support has been continuing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And it's a great session and wonderful session, sir. So informative. And many messages we are receiving. It is as a very good informative session, actually. Excellent one. Thank you so much for that. And dear participants, if you would like to give your feedback, could you please raise your hands, please? We would like to unmute you.
I think Pramod Gudla sir, would you like to speak? Your hand is raised.
Miss Bhatia, you can speak, please.
Yeah, I would like to thank each and every candidate or each and every organizer for organizing such a wonderful session for all of us. This journey of 6 days has proven that we can get knowledge through just by sitting at home or at our office. And I would really like to thank everyone. Thanks to all the intellectual speakers and the organizers of SR University for organizing such an enlightening FDP. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And Dr. Reja, you can unmute yourself, please.
जी हेलो
Please.
सर सर माय नेम इज डॉक्टर आबिद रजा। मैं पंजाब से बोल रहा हूँ सर। सर सबसे पहले आप सभी को नमस्कार मेरा। और सर मैं इस एफडीपी जो जो कार्यशाला है इस जुड़कर मुझे मुझे बहुत सारे जो ज्ञान मिले हैं। और आप सभी के माध्यम से सबसे पहले मैं मधुमिता मैम, मुस्तफ़ा सर और डॉक्टर राजकुमार सर को दिल से धन्यवाद देता हूँ। इनके सेशन और तमाम जितने शिक्षक हैं उनके सेशन सुनकर मुझे अच्छा लगा। और जितने भी महान विभूतियां हैं उनके जो ज्ञान और जो उनका उत्साह है मुझे काफी दिल से बधाई देता हूं सर। और विशेष रूप से एसआर यूनिवर्सिटी को मैं बधाई देता हूं कि ऐसे सेशन उन्होंने कराया। और जितने भी फैकल्टी मेंबर्स हैं, जितने भी शोधार्थी हैं, विद्यार्थी हैं, तो दिल से बधाई सर। और आप सभी का मुझे सपोर्ट रहा सर, और दिल से धन्यवाद सर। थैंक यू सो मच सर।
Thank you so much for your valuable feedback. Thank you. Dr. Babita, you can unmute yourself. Go ahead, please. Dr. Babita, are you there?
Yeah, I am.
Please.
Hi. It was nice session. But I definitely, as you asked for some suggestions, I would definitely suggest that for engineering students, there should be a lot of practical classes, as the session was on life skills. There should be role plays and a lot of communication skills to be inculcated. And because the basic communication students are lacking, because all the colleges in Warangal, I can say, because it is only around like 25% is the cream we get. The rest of them are to be trained, and that is the responsibility of the teachers to be done. And I can give you some activity. I tell about some activities you can do is. Someone was talking about ethics, holistic ethics. Ethics itself means the holistic. The meaning comes in that. And the second thing I would like to tell is you can give examples or understanding of the movies like Tare Zameen Pe and Three Idiots, etc., where make the students understand and the notion of those movies, and make them understand like how the characters and how the teachers dealing with them, plays a vital role for their future endeavors. And also, I would suggest that, I don't know, when I was teaching for engineering students, they had a lot of vocabulary training on systems. Now, as AI and ChatGPT has come, they can listen to the pronunciations, and those activities can be inculcated. And again, that's a big responsibility of the teachers to be done. If we want to see educated and the cream, at least, moderate stuff coming out of the colleges. And thank you very much. And the session also was very good by Dr. Today's session. Sorry, couldn't take the name. It was nice being listening, being with the program. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Babita, for your valuable suggestions. Thank you so much. Dr. Mohana, you can unmute yourself, please.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving me an opportunity for expressing my ideas. The 7 days program, the entire all speeches I have attended here, and all are highly informative and thought-provoking. It is highly useful for all the research scholars particularly. generally faculty and other people, they can utilize the information that the speakers have passed on, but it can be implemented through different types of researches. So overall, the FDP is very good and excellent. I expect some more FDPs like this from SR University. Thank you.
Definitely, sir. Thank you so much for your constant support. It wouldn't be possible without your support. Thank you so much.
Sir, shall we give chance to Pramod Gudla, sir? He has raised his hand for a long time.
Mr. Pramod, you can speak.
Yeah, I was able to unmute now. Yeah, thank you very much, the team, right? For the last 6 days, we have been seeing this, FDP programs. But very interesting was that every day we have taken up a new activity, a different activity altogether, right? So we started with a research proposal, then about AI tools, ethics, and today, life tools. Life skills and knowledge skills, because these are all very much useful for everyone. Right? It's not just about the students, it's professors, any human being who wanted to live in this society. You should incorporate all these skills. Very interesting. And for the last 6 days, it was very much committed. I have seen the sessions and I was completely stick to these sessions for the last 6 days. Thank you very much, SRU University, and thank you very much for all the coordinators, speakers, presenters for the last 6 days. It has been very, very, very excellent sessions and very interesting and worthful listening and implementing them for everyone in their lives. Thank you very much, and I am looking forward for this kind of FDPs more and more, and I would love to join them. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
So shall we take anyone or shall we stop, sir?
We'll take the last person's feedback, sir, because we are running short of the time. P. Ramakrishnan, could you please unmute yourself?
Yeah, good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible. Go ahead.
Really, it's a fantastic session. I'm Ramakrishnan from Tamil Nadu.
Pleasure meeting you, sir.
Yes, sir. All sessions are very informative. Actually, I have to thank to the university for conducting program in the hybrid mode, especially because we have a chance to attend all the programs, especially the time management. And when you conducted in the evening session, 6 to 6:30 to 8:30, really very informative for us. And we can manage both college work and the FDP work also.
Yes,
I thank all the coordinators and all the resource persons. Really fantastic and a remarkable presentation. New ideas we gathered. So I request to conduct such kind of program in the hybrid mode for the teachers to meet the different personalities. Thank you very much to all people, sir. Thank you.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. In future, we are going to have the sessions in hybrid mode also. Thank you so much for your suggestion and your support.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So, participants, as we are running short of the time, we are unable to take the calls. Please forgive us and thank you very much for your constant support. And it won't be possible without your support, please. I have already shared both the links in the chat box. One is sessions link as well as the overall FDP feedback link also. I request everyone to fill the feedback in both the links. Your feedback is so valuable to us and that will help us to improve for the future.
Okay, sir. We shall send again, I think, sir. It has gone up. Some of them are requesting.
I'm sharing.
We will post it again. Don't worry. Yes. Yes, quiz link will be shared within 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, because others are filling the forms, feedback forms. So Sandhya Aduri will be posting the quiz link exactly 8:35, and we will be stopping the responses as 8:55. So you will have 20 minutes for responding to the quiz, which will be deciding the merit participants. So certificate of merit in addition to certificate of participation will be awarded to them. So we expect genuine responses to that quiz. Thank you.
Dear participants, one more reminder, we have shared two links. One link is related to the Dr. Rajakumar's talk, and another one is your feedback on overall FDP, your experiences. So we request all of you to fill both the forms, please. And in a couple of minutes, we'll share the quiz link also.
Dear participants, one more request suggestions that we are open for any collaboration writing proposals, sir. We would through mails. So our mail is will be posting the mail also for such listen to you from your side any other projects or research proposals. Thank you. Tamanna Joshi, it will be posted now 8:35. It will be posted for quiz.
So Kanif sir, shall we share the quiz link now?
Yes, sir. We shall post it and strictly we will be giving 20 minutes. Dear participants, one important announcement. The feedback link may be open. You can post it somewhere and then fill later. But this quiz link will have only 20 minutes. And in 20 minutes, you will have to complete because it's a kind of competition for excellence or striving towards excellence. So kindly adhere to the time and complete within 20 minutes. Sir, yes, sir, we shall post it. We will give up to 8:56. Feedback links will be open, dear participants, but start filling this form, this quiz link now. Mr. Raghu sir will post it now. I think he has posted. He has posted. Dear participants, stick to the time, 20 minutes. We are here. We'll announce the closure also. You can copy these feedback links somewhere else, put it somewhere else. They will be open, but the link, quiz link will be closed at 8:56. Thank you so much. Yes. If you have completed, you can leave, but the certificates, whether it is one or there are two, will
Sir,
be dispatched after
sir, your voice is unclear.
1 week.
Okay, sir, your voice is unclear.
Yes, both the links were quiz. Yeah, sir.
Your voice is unclear.
Voice is not audible.
It's not audible. It's unclear.
Yeah, those who have completed can leave the meeting, but certificates will be dispatched. You may get one or two.
It's not dispatched
Is it
actually.
audible now?
Dear participants, e-certificates will be provided for college mail IDs. So whatever the mail IDs you registered during the registration process, within a 1 week span of time, your e-certificates will be forwarded to that.
Yeah.
So please give us 1 week span to sort out everything and provide the certificates to all. Thank you.
Yeah, through mail it will be sent to you.
Thank you very much, all of you, for your fabulous support. Really, it is
Dipti Patil is asking the result, but I think sir you may be contacted afterwards. You can contact the convener for your result, but it will be definitely known. You can know it. No
secured
issues.
5% as well as more than 95 definitely will get the merit certificates, and we will send the score also, no worry. We'll share the score sheet to all of you and give us some time, and first focus on taking the quiz. So, Mr. Balasubramaniam, we will share the sheet directly in the WhatsApp
Yeah,
group.
we can post it in the group. Yes, collective result can be posted in the group.
You can check your marks. Okay, sir, how many minutes left? 5 minutes more?
Last 7 minutes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Patil. Thank you very much for your valuable feedback, your appreciation. And Christina, if you have done the task, you can leave the session, please. Thank you so much. Sorry, Mrs. Balasubramaniam. Thank you very much. Miss Priya, we will share the Excel file with all the marks, with all the score. You can check your marks. And could you please give us some time, at least 1 or 2 days, and after that we'll share it.
Yeah, Christiana Angelina, you can stay tuned with us. You can be there in the group. Definitely, we are going to have so many such events like workshop, hybrid mode, and the international conference, hybrid mode. So stay tuned with us. You will be intimated as soon as we are done with the planning. So thank you so much for your suggestion.
Some of the participants are asking for quiz link. I have already shared it, but you have only 5 minutes left. You try your best. Thank you, Dr. Venkatramana, for appreciating the organizing committee. I request all of you to fill the feedback forms also, please. We have shared 2 feedback forms. One is the sessions feedback. Another one is overall FDP feedback. So your valuable feedback is so essential and valuable for us. Could you please fill the feedback forms after completing the test? Dr. Madhuri, we have already saved your contacts. You're already, I think you might be there in the group also. If you have any kind of future events further, definitely we'll give an intimation to all. Thank you so much for appreciating us. Your comment definitely means a lot. Thank you for your constant support. Dr. Madhuri. Dr. Murali Vemula, thank you so much. Please fill the feedback forms. Mrs. Balasubramaniam, thank you so much for your valuable feedback and appreciating us. Mr. Pramod, thank you so much. Dear participants, please don't share the questions in the chat box.
Yes, don't do such things. Last 2 minutes.
Last 2
minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Sanjeev Rao, for deleting the question. Thank you, sir. Your voice is unbreaking.
1 more minute. Participants who have feel completed. Okay. No request regarding the after 2 minutes. You will get entertain after 2 minutes regarding certificate of merit. which is restricted to only these 20 minutes based on the result. Kindly note. Thank you so much.
Last 1 minute, please, for the quiz. I request everyone to submit it. If you close the
It was indeed
submit the file, please submit all of you. You're going to close the responses. Please submit all of you. It's already 8:57.
57 years.
You have already crossed 20 minutes. I request everyone to submit the quiz. And once if you have closed the responses, you cannot submit further. Please do that. KK sir, I'm going to close the responses.
Yes, dear participants, sir is going to close the responses for quiz. You can as well fill the feedback forms, which will be kept open for some time. But now quiz is closed, and it was indeed a nice time with you, all of you. You were excellent participants, very active, and we apologize if we have not taken your question or responded to your query because of time constraint and maybe due to online setup. So next time definitely you will be given a deserving uh, credit. So we apologize if anyone has been neglected, that not due to intention, or it was not intentional.
Okay,
It
Maria.
might have been due to technical issues. So thank you so much.
The feedback links are open. The quiz is closed. I request everyone fill the feedback. And after that, could you please leave the session?
Yeah, it's already 9, sir. So I think we shall.
We'll wind up, sir. I have already closed the quiz.
Yes. Thank you, sir. And thank you, participants. It was indeed a nice session. And you were very active participants. We hope same kind of energy continues for the future programs. Thank you so much.
Dear participants, we are going to close the session. Hope you all done the task. And thank you very much. And your support may continue like this even for the future events being organized by SRU and especially by Department of English. Thank you so much. And good night to everyone. We are going to close the session. Thank you all.